Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Additionally, consider subscribing to my Patreon to get access to these features, and much more. Luke Turner was thrilled when he discovered what seemed to be a genie lamp at the flea market. He was even more surprised when the young woman at the booth nearly handed it over to him after he asked for its price. Paying her $5, more out of a sense of obligation than genuine interest, he couldn't help but wonder why she seemed so happy to part with it. At home, Luke placed the lamp on his coffee table, inspecting it. It didn't look like much, but if a genie lived inside, he figured that was enough. Although he felt a bit foolish for entertaining such a thought, it was only $5, and no one else would know about it. He rubbed the lamp and waited. Nothing. 10 minutes passed, and still, no genie. Disappointed, Luke sighed and headed into the kitchen for a drink. "Hello, master," a girl in a sharp pinstripe suit greeted him with a smile. She was casually sitting on the counter, legs crossed. "Who are you?" Luke exclaimed in shock. "I'm your genie," she said, grinning. "Isn't that what you bought my lamp for?" "But I rubbed the lamp, and..." Luke stammered, struggling to process what was happening. "You rubbed my lamp, and I popped out," she explained. "I read your mind to see what kind of entrance you'd expect, and honestly, becoming a big blue genie seemed too cliché." She chuckled. "I thought this look would be more subtle." "Why didn't you appear in the living room?" Luke asked. "Aren't you supposed to show up when the lamp is rubbed?" "I was in the living room," she shrugged. "I just made sure I was quick and small enough so you wouldn't see me. I love watching the moment when new masters think they've been tricked." Luke laughed. "It was only $5. "I know," she frowned. "I can't believe how cheap my lamp has become. Well, maybe I should do something good to improve our reputation." "You've got 3 wishes, master. Don't waste them." "Don't worry," Luke grinned. "I know exactly what I want to wish for." Lucas Hayes was nursing a brutal hangover from the night before. His head pounded, and his body ached. Deciding to skip his morning jog, breakfast, and even lunch, he groaned as the sunlight streamed through his open curtains. "Ooh!" he moaned, clutching his head. Rubbing his temples, he stumbled into the kitchen to prepare his hangover remedy, a beer and 2 raw eggs. He cracked the eggs into a cup, poured in the beer, and raised the glass. "Bottoms up," he said sarcastically, downing the strange mixture. As soon as he finished, a warm sensation spread throughout his body. His headache vanished, and his energy surged. "That's never happened before," he thought. "Where did I get those eggs?" Lucas went to the bathroom to wash his face but nearly tripped over his pajamas. The legs were too long, and the waistband seemed stretched out. Shrugging it off, he pulled them up and stepped into the bathroom. That's when he saw it, his reflection. "What the heck?" he screamed, staring at the girl who looked back at him in the mirror. She was stunning, with big brown eyes full of the same confusion he felt. Her chestnut hair cascaded to her shoulders, tickling his own. "What? How?" Lucas wondered, touching the mirror and noticing his much smaller hand. The perfectly manicured nails clicked as they met the reflections. Looking down, he saw that his pajama top hung loosely, revealing breasts. He grabbed at them in disbelief. The shock confirmed they were all too real. In the mirror, the girl seemed to toy with her chest with a mix of amusement and surprise. "This can't be real," Lucas thought. "I must be dreaming. No way did a beer and eggs do this to me." His first instinct was to go back to bed and sleep off the bizarre hallucination. So, he returned to his bedroom, but lying down proved uncomfortable with his new chest making it hard to sleep on his stomach. After 10 minutes of lying there, barely drifting off, his phone rang. "Hello," he answered, his voice sounding unfamiliar. "Hey, it's Luke," came the voice on the other end. "Luke." Lucas leaped out of bed. "I'm so glad you called. I'm having a bit of a rough morning." "Ha." Luke laughed. "It's already 1:30 p.m. I was wondering if you're free today. Want to hang out at the mall?" Lucas hesitated. How about you come over here instead? I'm not sure that's a good idea, Luke replied. I need to pick up a couple of things at the mall. If you're busy, we can hang out another time. No, Lucas sighed. Let's meet in an hour, in front of the ice cream shop. Sounds good. See you then. Luke ended the call. Damn, Lucas muttered. Guess I need to go out like this. Luke hung up with a smile on his face. He's really a girl, he said to the genie. You really are a genie, of course, master, the genie laughed. I can make your wishes come true. Just tell me what you want. Well, Luke began, I've always heard that the best relationships are built on friendship. Lucasy's been my best friend since we were kids. You don't need to explain yourself to me, master, the genie shrugged. You can wish for anything. I won't judge. I'm not explaining myself, Luke said. I've always felt like we'd be a great couple, if we weren't both straight. We've always been in sync in how we approach life. And how do you think Lucas would handle suddenly becoming a girl? The genie asked. Oh no, Luke's eyes widened. He must be freaking out right now. He seemed fine on the phone, but if it were me, I'd have no idea what to do. No wonder he wanted me to come to his place instead of meeting at the mall. Yes, master, the genie nodded. Lucas is currently going through quite a crisis. Damn, Luke cursed. I know what my second wish is. Lucas splashed water on his face, still unsure about touching his new body. He skipped the shower, fearing the changes, and as he brushed his teeth, he couldn't help but study his new reflection. She's stunning, he thought. Wait, I'm stunning. He set the toothbrush down and reached for moisturizer, carefully applying it before picking up foundation. As he applied his makeup, he found himself wondering where he learned to do this and where the makeup had come from. Maybe Chloe left this behind, he shrugged, though he was sure his ex-girlfriend hadn't left anything when she moved out 4 months ago. But where else could it have come from? As he continued to gaze at his reflection, he realized just how much had changed. Wow, he muttered. I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm a girl who knows how to look this good. Pride began to swell in him as he admired his new appearance. While he hadn't been much of a looker as a man, now he was definitely a 10. Smiling, he went to see if he could find something to wear from his ex-girlfriend's clothes. When he opened his closet, he was stunned. It had transformed as much as he had. Where once there were suits and ties, now there was an overflowing wardrobe of feminine clothes. Bras, panties, skirts, blouses, everything, even a rack of shoes in all styles and sizes. Holy crap, he thought. I don't think Chloe left any of this behind. He picked up a mini dress, puzzled. Hell, Chloe wouldn't fit into any of this. At first, Lucas had planned to find something more conservative for his meetup with Luke, but halfway through, he decided to go with something that better suited his new body. As he went through the clothes, it dawned on him, he wasn't as uncomfortable with being a girl as he initially thought. He was getting used to it and just rolling with it. He finally chose a short leopard print skirt and black pantyhose, paired with a sweater and a leather jacket. He completed the look with a pair of boots. When he saw himself in the mirror, he smiled at the reflection. I don't always dress as a girl, he grinned, but when I do, I'm a babe. He headed out the door to meet Luke. Lucas sat outside the ice cream shop, scanning the crowd for Luke. His friend was already 10 minutes late, which was unusual for someone as punctual as him. Lucas couldn't help but wonder if Luke would even recognize him in his new form. He didn't want to miss him. Lucas, a voice called from behind him. Is that you? Lucas turned around, expecting to see Luke. Instead, he was stunned to see a stunning girl standing in front of him. The cute Asian girl with light hair seemed nervous, shifting awkwardly in front of him. Do I know you? Lucas blinked. It's me, Luke, she said, blushing. She tugged at the hem of her short one-piece dress, clearly uncomfortable. No matter how much she fidgeted with it, it didn't seem to get any longer. Luke. Lucas stared, unable to recognize his friend. Is that really you? The beautiful girl nodded. What the hell happened to you? Lucas asked, shocked. Do you know what's going on? I woke up like this, and now you too? You were a guy on the phone. I know what happened. She lowered her gaze, looking embarrassed. It's all my fault. What do you mean? Lucas pressed. I found a magic lamp with a genie. Luke confessed quietly, her voice laced with shame. A genie? Lucas blinked. You mean you wished me to be a girl? Luke nodded, and Lucas couldn't contain his frustration. Why in the world would you turn me into a girl? I'm your best friend. There are so many guys we can't stand who deserve this more than me. Why would you do this to anyone? Ahem, Luke cleared her throat, even more flustered. Well, you see, I've always believed that the best relationships start with a strong friendship. I wanted my girlfriend to be my best friend too. And since I'm your best friend... Lucas sighed. Exactly, Luke nodded. And you just thought I'd go along with it? Lucas asked. I nearly had a heart attack when I woke up. Yeah, I realized that after talking to you, Luke admitted with a nervous laugh. The genie explained that you probably wouldn't be comfortable with being turned into a girl, so I used my second wish to make sure you were comfortable in your new body and had the skills to live as a woman. Ah, Lucas nodded. That explains why I knew how to do my makeup, put together this outfit, and actually have the guts to wear it. Trust me, when I first opened my closet, I wasn't thinking about wearing a skirt. Yeah, Luke chuckled. Believe me, I know how you feel. This dress wasn't my idea either. So why the dress, then? Lucas asked, laughing. I'm not exactly thrilled you changed me without asking, but I guess because of your second wish, I'm not exactly mad either. Well, Luke took a deep breath before explaining, after I hung up with you, I was excited to see the beautiful girl I was going to marry. The genie told me I wasn't the only guy who would find you beautiful, and that a girl like you would have her pick of men. She asked if I thought I was handsome enough for you. But... Lucas looked Luke over, eyeing her new form with appreciation. You're not just handsome now. You're gorgeous. That's the thing, Luke frowned. The genie got me so worked up that I used my last wish to make myself irresistibly sexy to you. Well, at least that wish worked, Lucas grinned, checking Luke out. It was only then that Lucas realized that, despite becoming a girl and getting comfortable with it, he was still very much attracted to women. Looks like we both got hot girlfriends in the end. Thanks, Genie. Don't forget to join me on Patreon for exclusive content,